Hey everyone, Zero JD here with the XPlay Fan Channel. I'm here to give you a quick taste of Battlezone. It is a kind of a arcadey tank shooter, and I'm super digging it. I'm going to just show you a few levels and explain some stuff. The basic story is, oh hey, robots have taken over the world. They've been push people back underground, and you got to fight back and fight the good fight. So at the start, you can actually pick a seed for your game. The way the progression is that you get a whole bunch of hexagonal grids, and you have to progress through the map to get to the main boss volcano and kill the AI core, of course. You can pick the difficulty, campaign length, and then you can watch the intro. We're not going to watch the intro. And then it usually just starts you right at the beginning of like, hey, defend your like home base and then head on out. There's a few different tanks. I haven't actually gotten any of them unlocked because I'm kind of lazy and I've been playing a vector mode of the game that brings back a lot of memories. I like the heavier tank. Each one has its own weapons. The later ones actually have pre-installed upgrades, which you can actually take back upgrade points and reallocate them, which is really fun. Bottom you can see like the hull of the ship and like the shields and stuff. Shields deplete before hull. So I'm gonna go with my heavy tank, which is the one I really like. So that's the map. At the top, there's a lot of stuff on the screen. At the top you see a enemy power. As that goes up, and once it reaches all the way to the right, it'll actually increase the strength of enemy units and all that. And I believe it's either sometimes it'll deploy a super strong tank that'll roam around the map, and they advise you to avoid it. If you kill it, you get an achievement though, and a lot of these little upgrade points. You see these little like disc things, or I don't know, yeah, disc things that sit next to the buy the life. It's like, oh hey, you can get an extra life, or you can spend them on upgrades, which are down here, and so you can reallocate them. One fun thing that you've probably already noticed is that you can actually customize your tank. I have a whole bunch of Judge Dredd's heads, which is the only correct thing you can have. But it's by Rebellion, so you also have like the Rogue Trooper stuff, and then you have like the other, like a Hey Snowman turrets and stuff like that. But of course, we have to have Judge Dredd, and you can also pick how your tank looks on the outside and how your horn sounds, which I think you can just use that to signal to your partners when you're playing online. It has online co-op, which is fun. All the levels are, I believe, procedurally generated outside of the seed you pick. I haven't replayed a seed, but usually this first level is just training. So you control movement. It's almost like you're flying a ship, because the right stick, I'll show you once it hits there.
Please initiate launch sequence.
So this is how it begins. You get this little tutorial. Just go through here. One of my things I really like about this game is like all the little things that happen in your ship when you launch and all that kind of stuff. Like there's a little screen that pops up, this little sonar at the front of it, or a map radar flips over, which is really freaking cool. On the right, you'll see that you have weapons. You cycle them by hitting X. What it does not tell you is that if you hold X, it actually goes to that blaster. So if you ever run out of ammo, it's not an amazing weapon, but it works. Also, like that you can actually see the cannon and all that stuff. This also has a homing missile, which pops out right above you. But everything moves and like goes into itself, and everything's really well animated. It's got really good music as well. I'll do a few levels and then I won't keep you. So right and left. Right stick does this. Left. So it's almost Warthog controls, and then the right stick is camera. The left trigger. Left trigger is a boost, which actually removes your shields, and then the left trigger is a little special ability you get. This one in case has an EMP pulse, which disables ships. So you're going around and you're shooting vector tanks, which are, well, I guess Tron tanks. They drop this kind of currency which you use for upgrades, resupplies, and all that kind of fun stuff. Right now this is on easy, so it's gonna be a little easier. Once your shields do go down, you do go down fairly fast, even on easy. One thing I have noticed is that a little later on, if you're shooting at something, they will start to kind of avoid your shots, which is kind of cool. So like you're shooting in front of them, they'll swerve or they'll stop moving. I've encountered a few different tanks now, heavy tanks, medium tanks, these light tanks, these almost snowmobile looking things, which are very fast, and then they have these mine layer trucks that just spew mines, and when you get close to them, they all just explode. Of course, there's turrets, and then there's some flying vehicles, and of course, there's the UFOs, so there's a tower.
Stay out of sight and shoot them at long range.
There's missile towers, it's stuff that lock on and really mess you up. So I played a little bit. So I've reloaded there. One of the upgrades you can get is active reload, which actually does more damage when you nail the reload. A lot of the one of the fun things that they do in this game is, like, let's say you hit a helicopter with a mortar strike or artillery. That is both a call out, like kind of like medal, and it's an achievement. So I like games that kind of do that sort of thing. And at the end of this, it'll give you like little allocates if, like, oh hey, you did the most damage, took the most damage, didn't get hit. And as you can see, since I finished this level, the enemy power's gone up. So let's say if I go over to this shield generator and destroy it, not only would that lower the enemy power, it would also weaken the core that's all the way over here. But these little points here are resupply points. So I could move to the next area, or I could fire a probe, which will tell me what's actually there and what kind of mission is. In this case, this is a defend mission. So for right now, I'm actually going to hit right bumper, and I'm going to put some shields, or stuff in the shield. So I actually have to buy the mod first, and then boop. Another fun thing is you can hit right stick to look around, and it's got like all this information. It's got like this little news thing down there, and then like your whole shield special and all that kind of fun stuff. I think this might have like real-time information, but I'm not sure. Maybe I'm just hoping. So we're gonna do this. I've encountered destroy turrets. I've just encountered defend missions. I've encountered ones just to destroy mine laying trucks. If that super tank I was talking about earlier comes back and goes on one of your spots, you can go and attack it, and you'll actually have turrets that will be there with you. Or like since it's your square, it'll be there. Like here, see those blue spots in the area? Like this is a tank that's on my side, and their AI is about the same as the AI in game or you're fighting against. So, which is really nice to not have useless AI. Pro tip: these are healing towers, and to use them, you have to shoot them. That's where I kind of messed up first. So the boost is really good. Oh, this is a heavy tank here. Going around. Oh. Reload. So see on the map, there's a white thing. This is a armory. So if I capture it, if I hack it, I will get a weapon blueprint, which I can use at my restock station. So it doesn't take too long. And then
base is taking
see how it says I unlocked a blueprint, and it'll tell me at the end of it. Oh, so that's a wall. I didn't know that. I'm really enjoying the game. I really enjoy the music. Oh, so these are actually worth destroying because they actually credits.
Wave 1 defeated.
I love how stuff kind of falls apart and gets on. So we'll finish this up. We keep going. There's a fun little. This game is actually based on a vector game that were released like on the early PCs. This is the little fast snowmobile dude I was talking about earlier. And they actually have a mode just like that on the as a extra, which is really cool. So as you see there, my front shield's actually weaker than the rest of my shields because I've been taking more damage to the front. And if you see in the middle of the screen, those green bars, that's actually your health. And of course, if I go and find a Healy tower, I could recover that health. Weapons that I've seen are like mortars that you like get long shots done with. There's swarm missiles, unguided dumb missiles kind of stuff. And of course, you got your cannons. They're weapons that you charge up, and they're weapons that you continually fire and miss. Homing rockets, of course, like I showed you earlier. So we're gonna sneak on back here. And as you see, it's actually giving me my health back. And like I said before, it's worth it just to destroy everything because you just get credits.
Successfully defended.
So now another little hexagon is ours, but the issue is the enemy's power is going to go up. So at the bot, it's going to tell us we got a blueprint here. Let it go through this real quick. It's going to go to our unlocks, and there we go. Multi-lock Mark IV. You hit down on the D-pad, and it tells you fire and forget multi-missile barrage. So it's a giant, big old swarm missile. On the map, sometimes there'll be these little like stars or something that'll actually be like, oh hey, this is a kind of event, like you can go in here, you might get something good or you might damage your tank. So it's got like kind of a little bit of a text adventure going on. So this is a resupply area. So I can't really afford anything, but you can equip up here, or you can be like, hey, these flares go down to the special equipment, and then these are your other fun things. So for now, we're gonna pump up my shields, and we'll do this one last mission, and then I'm gonna wrap it up because I don't want to keep you too long. Missions are usually not too long, at least in the easy to normal mode. I haven't done any hard yet. Sadly, I haven't been able to play online with anyone because it always throws me into like, oh, there's only one other person here.
Towers before intel.
All right, so this is another mission where you're actually going to these towers and hacking them. So I actually got a little flying buddy here, and they're actually pretty good. Of course, they can get blown up and all that kind of fun stuff. So this, I think this one has another, what's it called? Armory on it. These are these little tanks here are ammo resupplies. I've never had it to a point where I'm actually out of a whole bunch of ammo. Also, like I said before, holding X does not do a lot of damage.
Enemy tower hacked. One remaining.
So if we head over this way, I think this is just another freaking armory. Or it looks slightly different. Maybe it's not.
Power relay accessed.
Oh, so that's a...
Power level.
Okay, that is something new. So that one is actually just a relay that's like, oh hey, you don't worry, you have to worry about the power, the AI power going up fairly anytime soon, or going up too quickly.
Enemy locked on.
There you go.
Evade.
Oh, that means something very angry is trying to target me. As for achievements, again, like I said before, they're all kind of attached to feats and stuff that you do. My super hover tank cannot go over that little area, so I gotta go around. Boosting again takes down your shields, which is not the smartest thing to always do. So since I got multiple tanks, we're gonna use my... Oh, hey buddy. So So I just got a 3 enemy combo, which is pretty sweet.
Enemy locked on. Evade.
One of the things you can do is you can actually, like I just did it there, I shot a missile out of the air, and that got me an achievement. And that should unlock a piece of equipment. And we'll take a look at it at the end of this. So my shields are down.
Attack commencing.
So I just got to keep my front away from everyone else. But this should wrap it up, and then we should be able to see what that actual achievement unlocked in game, which is something I love that they do with games.
Transmission has been terminated. Extraction in
This kind of mission, you don't have to kill everyone, which is really cool.
1.
Going to skip that. And then we'll see what I unlocked. So machine gun mark 8 is that I got that because I actually shot down the missile in the air. So if I wanted to, I could go up here, take out the shield generator, but that would be like, oh hey, I'd have to go through here and here. But at least like when you unlock something, it stays unlocked. So if I wanted to, I can backtrack here and not have to worry about fighting anything. That does, however, let the AI core get stronger. Anyways, I'm ZeroJD. This is the XBA Fans channel. This was Battlezone. I'm super into it. Rebellion made this. So that's 2 games I like so far from them. Really enjoy. Also, I can apparently do a 180 with my neck. But I love like that you got like freaking speakers in your tank, and it's like so much detail was just put into this. Very much it's pretty much clearly a project of like just love. And of course the points get more extravagant or more expensive as you go. And of course, like some of the other stuff you have is like, hey, you can hack other enemies and all that kind of fun stuff. Anyways, I'm ZeroJD. This is the XBA Fans channel. This was Battlezone. I enjoy it. Thank you for watching and have a nice day. Check out our other videos.